Today, we are going to talk about how to save money in record time. I will show you the best method that the Japanese use in their daily routine and that we can apply in our own lives to save more money than most people. Orientals are known for being highly organized, especially with their finances. It is no coincidence that most of them who come to work in Latin America quickly become rich. You probably know a Japanese person who came, opened a store or restaurant, and soon grew wealthy. For thousands of years, the Japanese have been recording, analyzing, and optimizing their expenses. And one thing is certain, we have much to learn from them, especially when it comes to finances. Japan is the third largest economy in the world, behind China in second place and the United States in first. And much of this success is due to its population, most of whom possess what we might call financial intelligence. In this video, we will show you everything about the Kakeibo technique, used by the Japanese and capable of completely revolutionizing your finances. This savings method is a great option for those seeking greater financial control in their lives. It is ideal for you if you sometimes run out of money by the end of the month, or if you work just to pay bills. So, pay close attention. If you find this content relevant, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you'll always be informed when we release a new video. Kakeibo is a Japanese method used to save money. It functions as a kind of financial planner, which can be physical or digital, with tables to record and analyze income and expenses. However, its unique feature is its focus on the amount you want to save each month, rather than the budget available after paying all your bills. The word Kakeibo in Japanese can be translated as household accounting book. The method was originally adopted by Hani Motoko, who was born in the 19th century and is considered Japan's first female journalist. At that time, women were responsible for managing the household economy, making the best possible use of the money available. To this day, it remains an effective method for organizing finances and helping you save money every month. Unlike traditional budgeting, which focuses first on spending, Kakeibo prioritizes how much you want to save and what you need to do to reach that goal. At first glance, the idea may seem very similar to simple budget control. This is because one of the technique's key points is encouraging you to regularly record your income and expenses. However, it doesn't stop there. The goal is not just to track information and follow a budget, but to identify your spending patterns and reflect on important questions related to them. The most important factor when using the Kakeibo technique is not just saving money, but learning to spend it more efficiently. That is, prioritizing what truly matters to you. As a result, you naturally save on what isn't as important. The Kakeibo approach begins each month by recording your income and fixed expenses. Then, you must set a savings goal for the month, along with a personal commitment that increases the likelihood of achieving that goal. Your expenses should be divided into 4 categories. 1. Survival, food, transportation, health. 2. Optional, things you don't need but choose to spend on, like restaurants, shopping, drinks, parties, etc. 3. Culture, books, movies, music. 4. Extra, unexpected expenses like car repairs, accidents, etc. At the end of each week, you should check whether you are on track to meet your goal. This forces you to know exactly where your money is going and allows you to make quick adjustments before the month ends in the red. It doesn't matter whether you track your expenses automatically through an online financial system, input numbers into a spreadsheet, or write them in a notebook. The core principle is spending less than necessary. As you can see, the spirit of this technique is awareness, foresight, learning, and persistence. However, the Japanese have a very useful secret to make it truly work. Unlike Westerners, cash usage remains strong in Japan, which greatly helps in practicing Kakeibo. Some Japanese even use envelopes to allocate money for each monthly category. If the money runs out, they must think of cost-cutting alternatives to survive. For emergencies or unexpected expenses, they simply withdraw a portion from their investments. In fact, for this technique to work properly, it's best to eliminate credit cards from your life. Even though I don't know you or your habits, I'm sure your credit card is completely hindering your financial life. To use the Kakeibo technique to manage your money, start by categorizing your expenses. Remember the 4 categories mentioned earlier: survival, optional, culture, and extra. Then define your priorities. After categorizing, analyze which expenses are most important and cannot be eliminated from your budget. The goal here is to maintain priorities and reduce non-essential spending. The third step is to analyze where your money is going. While defining priorities, it's crucial to identify the destination of your funds. This makes it easier to diagnose your personal financial management. 4 key questions should guide this process. How much money did you save? How much money would you like to save? How much money are you spending? What can you change next month to improve? Review your Kakeibo records and reflect on how to optimize your savings. The 4th step is to clearly define your savings goals. You've probably heard the saying, if you don't know where you want to go, any path will take you there. The same applies to finances. Without clear, realistic goals, you'll get lost in the process. Once you've diagnosed your finances, the next step is to create a savings goal, defining how much you want to save next month. You can set a specific amount or a percentage of your income. With this definition, alongside strategies to reduce unnecessary spending and budget control, it will be easier to reach your target. The 5th step is to repeat the process. Like any financial management tool, Kakeibo is only effective when practiced every month. After all, the goal is to continuously optimize your use of money and increase savings. So incorporate Kakeibo into your financial routine. One of its main benefits is that by recording your expenses each month, you'll have a broad view of your spending habits by the end of the year. Over time, saving will become easier, whether to build an emergency fund or make investments. By the way, if you wish, the money you save monthly can be used for the 52-week money challenge. Free yourself from poverty. The key is your mindset. Today, I want you to understand something. Your life can change in an instant, and that change begins with something simple yet powerful: a decision. The decision to no longer accept poverty, to no longer settle for scarcity. Because here's what I'll tell you, and I want it to resonate within you. Poverty does not define who you are. It is only a temporary condition that can be transformed. The first thing you must understand is that your greatest asset is not the money you have or don't have. It's your emotional state, your mindset, and the actions you take every day. Poverty is often perpetuated by the belief that this is all I deserve. But that's a lie. You deserve more, and you have the power to transform your life. I want you to ask yourself some powerful questions. Who do I truly want to be? What am I no longer willing to tolerate in my life? What am I willing to do right now to change my story? It's not about having resources, it's about being creative with what you already have. Many people say, I would do it if I had the money. But what you need is to start asking yourself, how can I create value right now? You won't escape poverty by complaining, waiting for a magical opportunity, or winning the lottery. You escape it when you become bigger than your problems, committing to a greater vision for your life. And if you don't have that vision yet, start creating it. Visualize the home you want, the future you desire, the impact you wish to make. As Tony Robbins says, life doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. This means that every obstacle you face now can be the fuel for transformation. And remember, you're not alone in this. People who overcome poverty understand that they must serve and add value to others. And in doing so, abundance follows. What will you do today? How will you use the 24 hours you have to start transforming your reality? Because one thing is certain, you can do it. Act today and transform your life. Today is the day. Don't wait for perfect conditions. Don't wait for the right time. The right time is now. Every day is an opportunity to take a step toward the change you want. Don't let doubt or fear hold you back. Face it with courage, because within you lies an incredibly powerful force. Do something today that brings you closer to your goal. Start with a small action. Those small steps, those daily commitments, are what build great changes. Don't underestimate the power of small actions. They accumulate over time and transform your reality. Remember, the only real limitation is the one you impose on yourself. Today, choose to challenge those limitations. Choose to believe in yourself and your abilities. Choose to be unstoppable. Today is the day to take the first step toward a life of abundance and success. So, get up, act, and make every moment count. Your future is waiting, and the power to create it is in your hands. Let's go. You can do this.